Good afternoon. My name is Jayla Scholler. I am here to speak more on the case study of WR. The questions were, um, do I think motivational interviewing would be a good form of therapy to use? If so, how would I go about it? How could I apply cognitive behavioral therapy in treatment of WR? Third question is pretending that the treatment of WR extends to his family and his significant other. How would I go about this, and what forms of treatment would I use with the family and his significant other? And what kind of support or treatment groups would I recommend for this client? While going over WR's case and kind of getting some of his background, I took a couple notes here. Just to begin, I do definitely believe that motivational interviewing would be a very good asset for WR. Reasoning being because during the initial observation, or should I say, during the initial um, sorry about that. During the initial clinical interview, the client seemed, sorry about that. The client seemed ready to seek help, engaged in the session, also seemed to be focused on the goal, focused on recovery, focused on how he could start changing in his behavior. So, hearing that, and that's some of the obvious key trigger words that you want to look for when you want to start some of that motivational interviewing process. It seems that WR is definitely could benefit from motivational interviewing. How would I go about it is simply just asking open-ended questions, asking questions, trying to see his level of readiness of change, also asking questions as far as some of the steps that he would like to take to start implementing some of these changes, as well as some of the steps or coping skills that he's been thinking about to put in place for events to where he finds himself coming and face to face with some challenges, getting some of those questions in there as well. Um, how would I apply cognitive behavioral therapy in treatment of WR? Um, for one, I would definitely include cognitive restructuring and reframing techniques. Just for the fact of going through some of the list and some of that background, I could see that WR had a history of making some, or sorry, having a pattern of negative thoughts and behaviors and consequences that come with those behaviors. So just trying to get some of that pattern restructuring and reframing in there, and getting him to, I would say, recognize and address some of those behaviors, take accountability of those, and take accountability of the steps that needs to be in place to continue his recovery and to actually begin the recovery. Let's pretend that the treatment of WR extends to his family and his significant other. How would I go about this, and what forms of treatment would I use with his family and significant other? I would also, for the family, I would also include some of that CBT, some of that cognitive behavior therapy for the reasoning being that there's definitely, with reading into the file, it definitely seems that there's some deep feelings that needs to be addressed within the family, as far as feelings towards the father from WR's siblings, and as well as having the father be there to kind of hear those sides of the stories, as well as if he chooses to have his own perspective, his own side of the story, and have everyone talk more on a level where they haven't got the chance to do that before, especially with a direct support professional. They're helping everyone navigate through all of their emotions and getting any negative behaviors or emotions, kind of guide them through that. Definitely. I would also include, sorry about that, some supportive psychotherapy. I did read into the file, like I said, that the client also benefited from that as well. It said, I'm sorry, I have here that the client reacted well and hesitation was reduced. So I'm believing that if we could implement some of that supportive psychotherapy within the family, that their hesitation again will reduce as well, and conversations that need to be addressed will definitely be held. Also, sorry about that. Like I said, just some of that supportive psychotherapy and CBT to address the negative thoughts and patterns and behaviors, as well as any deep underlying problems. Sorry about that. That seem to be contributing to the problem. I will also include some of that narrative therapy. Narrative therapy is just simply, like I said, having that platform for all individuals within the family to be able to showcase and express their emotions positively in a more supportive environment. I would say a more supportive environment, definitely, for sure. As far as his significant other, I did see that WR tends to have some codependency, as well as some attachment issues when it comes to having a significant other and being sexually engaged with a partner. I would definitely encourage that his significant other, though I did not see any history of significant others enabling his behaviors or enabling his addiction, I would definitely get to prevent any escalation or any new codependency behaviors or enabling behaviors. I would definitely suggest that the significant other of WR also engages in that cognitive behavior therapy, as well as narrative therapy, just expressing how the significant other feels about WR, about his drug addiction, and how it's impacting their relationship, if it's impacting it at all, as well as having that platform for her to showcase the support that she has for WR. What kind of support treatment groups would I recommend for this client? I would recommend, for sure, group therapy. I read in the file that I have a client named JF, WR, had some interactions with some of his older friends, or friends. He actually has these friends currently, but it's not the best crowd to be around. And it says in the file that he did understand that, and that these group of people are engaging in some of the behaviors that he wants to put it into, which is thieving, as well as some smoking behaviors that he kind of wanted to, which is impacting his health, and the stealing, and the stealing is impacting, his social life, with his relationship with, his family members. So with that being said, I would just definitely encourage WR to find belongingness within the group therapy, find a sense of sociability, and getting a chance to reconnect with an environment where the goals that he wants to accomplish, some people are wanting the same goals, if that makes sense. Just would encourage WR to be a part of a group where individuals all have like-minded goal tracks, meaning that they are all in recovery. They are all actively trying to either be abstinent, or either be engage in healthier drug habits, and just for the simple being that he could also meet better crowds of people here. Here is where he can meet better friends. He can also have peer support, which I saw in the file that he has a need of belongingness, also a need for sensibility, security, and attention. He also has a lack of attention and had a lack of care for as a child. So being around people who care about him, who also can relate to him in a sense, as well as make him feel a sense of belongingness, seeing that, he's not the only one going through these type of problems as well. So yeah, that's what I have. Thank you.